Hello and welcome. Right, so this is the summing up bit. It is. I do like those. Almost. They are round decals, but I've not quite got them right. I need to do a little bit more work on them. Yeah, I've not quite got them round enough, but they are round. Yeah, one of them was better than the other one. Yeah, now that's almost right. Yeah, that is better. I think I spent a bit of time on doing that on the self-sufficiency. I've actually got a new picture for that. It's going to say self-sufficiency because that's what I'm calling it. And although it is true, it's to make you self-sufficient. It does seem a bit odd because it's called self-sufficiency, and yet it says self-sufficient on it. So yeah, I'm going to change that. So well, I've got the picture ready and everything. So yeah. So what did we do this session? Well, you can see that there's a huge, very oriental looking biogas plant that's been placed. It's true, because the manure and the slurry is going to be put in there every day. That is going to be the main constituents. I know we've not got grass. We have also put right next door to it a salt marsh. I'm very intrigued about this. I did initially do it. It was to bring in salt for road salt, but it obviously isn't for that. It's a cracking idea. I really do love that, but it actually is worth, some of it is worth a lot of cash. So yeah, I'm really intrigued about this. Yeah, I am. So I'm looking forward to using this to see. Yeah, it should be quite an interesting development. We also do need to put, yeah, there's a bit of stuff going on. This is a work in progress. It's better than it was. You could use, yeah, you can see under the map at times because the thing that hides it, I've not, yeah, you can see right the way through the map over there. It's the occluder. It's the occluder. I've not quite got the positioning of the occluder right, so I need to change it, and that's why I wanted to place it. I knew it wasn't right. I'm never going to get it right unless I place it and actually start to look around with it. So yeah, I will. I did it on the rope maker. The rope maker had an occluder too, and again, over time, over a couple of sessions, I actually got it right. So we will get it right. It's just I can't do it until I place it. So yeah, it's. And again, I also want to see, is it right? Yeah, I mean, as in how well it does. So I'm really intrigued on to see how well that does. So that was placed. We have been very busy. Now, obviously, there's a couple of sessions because you couldn't. It's just a monstrous amount of work. We have sugarcane that, which I'm really looking forward to doing that. We have done that. Yeah, you can see I missed a bit. I don't know what that was about. I did try and finish it, but I still missed some bits. I couldn't see where it was doing because it's all been limed. So we did that, and that. And if you look, there's no needs lime. Well, there's little patches. Yeah, there's stones. Such a shame about the stone, but we would have needed an army of stone pickers, which is something that we are going to have to buy, to be honest. Fertilised. Yeah, it's all blue. Weed, if we switch that off, we should see these are all blue too. And we knew that we needed the air. So yeah, everything's fertilized. We shouldn't get any weeds on any of these because we ploughed the whole lot. Obviously we ploughed the fields out, so really we should get a bit of a break and we shouldn't get weeds, so that's fantastic. But really that is about it. Yeah, I'm not going to go through because we have got slurry and manure to lug. Yeah, the other thing is obviously I removed did I actually delete it? I think in a fit of pique I actually deleted it. Yeah, because there was nothing wrong with it. It's this section. It is. I'm not sure if I actually went out of the game and deleted it. Yeah, I think it. Oh no, I haven't. Because there's nothing wrong with it. It really was the fact that manure was broken again. Because even this one, likewise, was also not quite right. So we'll grab the 100 tons of that out. And we're going to stick this back down and give it another chance. Because it really was that the manure was broken. That one's doing it too. That's got bits of manure going all over the place. No, I think it really was that. We did. When we put that down, it cleared everything off. So it really is that it looks like everyone's struggling a bit to get the manure not. Again, that's the job of the occluder to hide it, but you can see the occluder's not quite right. So whether the occluder isn't working quite properly or whether it's very difficult to actually get it right, we shall see. So yeah, I've been busy with a lot of my mods. I have is it in? Yes, it is. This is almost perfected. Almost. It's got ones that go down as well. One that goes down actually at the minute. I'm trying to get you because although they look a bit odd, it's because I think only one of them works. I've got no lights on it, but I want to get it all right. It's not far off. Still not quite got the in places the pallets when you put them on are above, and at the other end they're about right. So yeah, that's done sort of like quite well. The other one I've done, obviously, again, these are completely from scratch, and I know I'm not going to win any prizes for like prettiness, but these are completely and utterly my own work. Yeah, and ignore the picture, that's totally wrong. Oh no, it's not that one actually. That one's totally right. It's this one here that's much bigger. It still needs a little bit. It is a lot lower. What I'm going to do is I've already widened the wheelbase. I want to put larger wheels on it. It's very big, very wide. I've lowered it a little. It does carry a lot, but it is quite large, to be honest. But I also need to make it a bit more stable because it is as heavy and it carries as much water it does. It's not quite stable enough. I think the wheels come slightly outside of the tank to give it a real good amount of stability. It's a lot better than it was. It was a little bit topsy-turvy, but you can see actually the height and everything is about where it should be. I struggled, it was in the ground and all sorts of things. So again, neither of them have actually got lights, but I am getting there with them, so I'm quite pleased. Or you can see lights inside them. Yeah, they're not quite right, but it's getting there. And the thing that I'm most proud of at present is, I am. I've got to be honest, the idea came from the modder that did the belt system, and I thought, I love that idea. I'm going to run with that myself. So I did, but mine's not the same, obviously. So there is this one here, the Quantum Auto Load by a modder where I can't remember who it is. So that's that. It's just a standard Quantum, but obviously it does ground pickup instead of what the normal one does. Mine should do that, and obviously as all the BI industry stuff it is, but you will see it's actually got sides. So it's got, what's happening there? That's not me, I don't think. Yeah, it has got sides at the bottom and going up, so it really has got depth, which means I don't think the game will pick up on it, but you've got to go for realism. Now, I don't think Giants, as in like there will not be depth on that belt because the belt is not programmed to do that. And unless, I don't know whether I could possibly do that. I certainly can't as I am presently, but I may in time be able to make it go more on the belt. But the belt just carries a little bit. What that has, 27,777 litres. I was beating myself, was that right? I thought, well, if it's got 10,000 litres, this one, and I've got sides on mine, that was probably about 5 times the depth. I thought 50,000 litres is a bit much, but I thought, I don't think you're going too far out of the thing if it's got a bit of hopper. And the other thing is, let's be honest, it's not that much anyway, but it really is quite a good hopper. It's gonna, and also is very much like a windrower stroke baler, well, almost like a forage wagon that then tips into a trailer. It's not a bad little thing. I really fell in love with it when I started to work with it, and I thought, I really do love it. Now I did like the one in FS22, the STX from the AGI pack, but again, this has got a better depth, and it's also got a bit of storage, which the AGI pack only had a tiny weeny little amount. But with the Quantum, especially with sides on it, it's quite believable that it has got a bit of storage, so, or capacity. I won't say storage because the capacity is the belt itself, and obviously with it having sides now, that means that the stuff could be very, very deep going up that, which means it really has got quite a big capacity, and I thought that was about right. So it does actually work right as well. If you, yeah, when I have worked out it, it's not just like a 2-minute, let's just do this. It's not that it's taken me ages and ages, but yeah, it's I don't think you can show it in. No, you can't, can you? No, you can just show it off. When you raise the belt, the sides move with it. It's done properly. It moves with the moving bit, and the bit at the bottom stays on the bottom. It's all put in the right place on the model, so that it doesn't look. It didn't to begin with. Obviously, I've like been playing around with it for a couple of days now to try to get it right, but it's not far off. So I do like that. It's quite amazing. So yeah, that I'm really proud of. So yeah, we should see if it's completely works. There's one difference. Mine doesn't show that it's on. It doesn't show that it's orange. It doesn't switch on, whereas that one does, and I can't see what I done differently. So I'm really unsure as to why mine. It still works, but it doesn't show that it's on. So I'm a bit scratching my head on that one, but we shall see. As long as it works, I'm not really bothered. But it is weird. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. That's just thought I'd give a bit of a catch-up as well on the things that I've been working on. I would like to work on this a little bit more. Yeah, because I don't think it's going to do everything it says. Although no, now won't it? I just need to change this to normal, and it will actually work properly. Yeah. So obviously we've got that mod that actually does that naturally. So I've tried to change that. So I was doing it before that mod was released. But it didn't particularly like how I'd done it, so we should just take the adjustments off and make it to a standard harvest or standard amity, so that the mod itself can do its work and I'm not fighting it. That we should see it not look so ugly, because it does something weird. It doesn't like the way that I did it, because it wasn't supposed to work in the way that I actually changed it. So yeah, the game does most of the work in the background, and if you don't do it right, it won't show what it should be able to, because it was never made for that purpose. So right, yeah, and that really is where I'm going to leave it. So all that remains to be said is, if you're going to watch it all, is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Right, where we left last, yeah, we left this last. We really have got to get cracking. So it is for me to be doing this. Now we've got the workers going, and let's just remind ourselves, yeah, we are, yeah, we're gonna, obviously that's not going to be long, so we need to be, yeah, that's going to be doing that for a while. Yeah, I'm going to go straight into a time. I apologise for all the time lapses. The only trouble is with a map of this size is there's no really other option but to do time lapses. It's just so huge, really, it really is. So it's the only way you can ever like make a session reasonable. I know most people know that, but what I mean is, it's certain maps you can chat a bit, but certain maps to sort of show any, yeah, to show any traction, really you've got to, especially for a map like this. I may have bitten off a bit more than I can chew with this, but it's done, and we've got these fields. I would have liked to have got the stones up, but it is true. We sort of, it looks like yeah, 348,000 left in the bank. It really isn't so fantastic now. I mean, we've bitten off a lot. There's a lot of lands, and it is true, as I've always said, land is power. Now we have, this is the 1.7 update, so really, yeah, I did choose the wrong thing, but I love that mod. That mod has been so improved. The Edge mod, it really is fantastic. The first time I used it in FS22, I found it so complicated. That was really fantastic. You just press a button and it literally holds it in that. Now that is a thing of beauty. It's a little bit like, I've got to be honest, in FS22, there were lots of self-marketing type things, and for my little brain, they were a little bit too complicated. Now mine I like because it's just simple. It is like a sell point. It's got a bonus and it gives you a bonus, which is sort of like what a shop would do if you own the shop, because you cut the middleman out. So we sort of gain an extra 50% bonus, which is an extra third, really, when you sort of consider it. So yeah, really, this seems to have done much better this time than it did before. I know there's a bit that we've missed, but it's still doing terribly well. So yeah, it really is as simple as that. And I've run out of episodes on this, and it's a beautiful map, and I've been busy, I have, very busy, with quite a few bits and bobs, modding-wise. I would say we're about to run out. I've got a new BI Industries logo. It's not going to go on everything though, because it's going to look odd on some things. So the BI Industries is going to sort of still remain that one on certain things, but on certain other things, it's very much, yeah, like not. Oh, okay, now let's do these. Look, we do need it too, and we do want lamb again. Yeah, I have. I fell in love with another mod maker. I mean, I love the grid there, and I used to love the SDX 5020 or something like that, or the 2050 or whatever in FS22. And this one really took my sort of thing, and what I've done is I've actually improved upon it. I've actually made it have like extra storage. The belt's not just a belt anymore, it's got depth. So I've sort of run with it and done a very similar thing as the other mod I did, but then again that's not any different from what the AGI pack did. So really I've just like run with it, and I have done it myself. I did it with the Greeny pack. I did sort of just grab that, and yeah, we've done something different as well, but I want to do a bit of testing with it. But it's sort of like a baler stroke windrower, but it's not quite doing a good job on the roundy bits, is it? But yeah, I'm quite pleased with the results. Again, so that's something else that needs a bit of testing. That's probably another, I don't know if it's going to have to come back rounds to do that. So the sugarcane, I'd imagine, is going to definitely need it. It really does cane the amount. So we're going to have to come down and grab some seeds when that runs out, definitely. But it is true what I said. It is going to require quite a bit of like time lapse, and so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. thinking about it. Why are they not like going the right way? That's because it's not. Yeah, it's not like part of the AI's blind, is it? It's like I've made it, so they don't understand it's there. Sorry to dissect the game. Oh, it's weird. It's weird. Once you start modding, you start to look at the below the surface. Now this is ours, so this actually can. We do need to like take those others back, which we will do. Quite pleased with this. We'll leave that going. It's not far finished. I think it's just got around the edge to do, and that's going to be completely finished. So we are going to go down the right way. Well, maybe little tiny bits on that, but they are really small. You really can't see them. Like, it looks fairly uniform. I don't think this needs rolling, does it? No, not with the. We've literally done everything. Fertilised, lined. It obviously doesn't need rolling because it's vegetables, which is good. Yeah, it's weird when the workers take over into it. You get a weird flicker in the tyres. I think the buses are a bit road, right in the middle. It still is an alpha. It is. So this to no, it's that. Right, special ask store. Let's pick those two up. I think we did buy the full boxes, didn't we? I think. Oh. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, that's good. Smashing. Let's have a look at what we actually doing. The other thing is, although I'm really excited about using that bit of kit, I do also realise that with these fields being this type of size, it's not enough. Although, yeah, that's true. We've got the two, haven't we? So yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is with the two, because it really is. These are big fields. They're really. Oh wow! I think it's on its last set. This is going to be interesting. I've not done sugarcane in ages, but we are going to probably have to lease the Orstoft. Yeah, or get a one of the 9-meter headers for the sugarcane. So massive fields, Gordon. Oh, we missed a bit of carrots along there. We did. Let's go and check. Let's go and literally fix that. Yeah, there's only like a row, I think. So let's not do half the job. Yeah, so I realise this is going to be a bit of a Rumbuzz road where everything is going to be like large. So like Rumbuzz, we didn't just have one sugarcane harvester, we had 2 or 3. It's that kind of map. And this is the same as, and also you've got these undulations. You've got, where was it? Ooh, brilliant. Blue has finished. It's a bit further up, it's about halfway up the field. Ah, this is where we saw it. Yeah, we did. It might be the actual contours of the actual land. That's a bit strange. Yeah, it's soon. Yeah, it might be that we can't do this. To the left of us. You always know when you've hit the gold mine, don't you? Because it does start to do the animations. So that's bit more, yeah. Oh, fields yet. Just trying to find the right place. Should be here. Might be a bit more to the left. Also, grab Lou and tell Lou, well, whoever's going to drive it in a minute, to come down here. Yeah, we don't want to believe in anybody on the fields, so there's still a little bit more where I am. It's like we missed quite a bit, or not we, but the workers missed quite a bit here. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a bit further, down, we sort of, looks like it's slightly to the side of where we went earlier, last little bit, and then that, I think it's not about, it's all been time lapse, but then again, the last couple have, but obviously, other than the, did we? No, we ploughed this, yeah, we shouldn't get any weeds at all, so really, this should be sort of quite a good. Yeah, it's just such a shame we couldn't get all the stones, but it's true, we sort of spent a lot of cash on the fields themselves and equipment and all the rest of it. And it is true, as I said, really, we are still short on tractors, even though it looks like we're doing really well. We're not. Yeah, we need more tractors, definitely. Still needs a bit more. Just here in between those two. I can't see what we have, but yeah, I think we're going to have to call it quits. So that is a wrap. We'll have a quick look to see, because it's all been work these last few sessions, but we have done well. It would be nice to see. Also, what have we got in the sales? And yes. It's one of those, I just felt a little bit listless. Oh, we might send those back. Okay, let's send those back quickly. And then I'll look at everything. Bits of stuff strewn around everywhere. Now then. Leasing stuff. Vehicles. Oh, no. Bad. I didn't realise you could sort of jump from one to the other, so you can go to the farm and then jump between the two. Does go to show when you've got 2 or 3 of those how much ground you can cover. I thought we did. I thought we bought the front boxer, so that's everything. Fantastic. I'll stick that away. To see what is what. Yeah, the one thing I've got to say is, yeah, well, let's just have a quick look at everything. Just see it. Yeah, so there's a few little speckles there, and it looks like there was a miss along that headland, but I've got to be honest. It's a very large field. Yeah, it was hard to see, but I still don't think we're going to miss that little bit that we've missed, if you know what I'm trying to say. So 2 massive fields of wheat, 2 canolas, and lots of vegetables and sugarcane. So most of this is for the bioplastics factory, which we're trying to like centre a lot. Soybeans, yeah, we have got them going. And the corn, what's left? We've got going. Oh, we have got quite a bit of like, yeah, the acid and that still. That's amazing. So then, how are we doing? 3,000 litres it reads. I would imagine that's right. Now the manure has been fixed. Ooh. And it's also shown inside here. Now that's new. Yeah, so we need to get that off. We're not going to go through. We're going to do that next session because it has all been. But I would like to see. Oh, yellow still. Yeah. Yeah, we are. Although I know we could sell that, it really was for ourselves. Although we have gone a little bit mad. So yeah, we can now use our sprayer unit for like doing the fertilising and the weeding. That's going to cover that really quite quickly. But obviously, yeah, I mean, we've literally fertilised and we've limed and everything. We still have got that other field, but I've got to be honest, with us buying all of that now, I'm quite happy with what we've actually got. I think that's brilliant. I think that would, especially at present, we've not got enough equipment to manage what we've actually got. So it's no good taking out any, like getting any more. So straw, buffalo milk, reaper health, food. We do need to do a little bit more. So let's grab that. Let's do the food with our little tractor, which is doing a cracking job, to be honest. It really is. Let's have a look. How much do we need? Straw? Plenty. Yeah, plenty of straw. We'll let that just tick in. Should fill that right to the top if we carry on. Right, fantastic. So these are 4 months old now. Yeah, they're doing well. So that's literally full. Fill that because I don't do that. It should do the self-ticking thing. So let's go. Yeah, we are going to need to grab this. Yeah, and it does say connected to now. So Giants have actually been busy and they have fixed that, so we need to go grab one of the big trailers. Which is it's a Samsung. Slurry, do we need to get slurry as well? Yeah, we do. Yeah, so I think a full couple of both. I think we'll do this next session. To be honest, we've got a lot of work to do, and it'll be a bit more less workified. I think we're not going to go through or anything like that. We're going to get that work done next session, and yeah. I'm trying to think, are we using the self-sufficiency properly, or I don't think we are we? Got manure, digester, which is nearly filled. Got the wheats, slurry, manure, loads of slurry. I'm thinking, do we put a biogas plant down? I don't really want to go into the fertilizer business. But it is true, I have said this, I'd really like to try out my biogas plant. We may have to sell that sort of shed, and I think we should be able to get it in that corner, really, I think. We have also got the other field that we were just talking about. Yeah, it's true, I really would like to stick the biogas plant down. I've not used it, not ever since I did it. I did have problems with it to begin with. But again, it's something I can fix. Yeah, no, it's not too bad actually. Yeah, we stick that. I don't mind if it does go into the hill a little. But the hopper does need to be got. Yeah, it does need to be like. Does it? Is it overlapping? I think we'll use it B mode then, because I can't see really what is the problem with that. Right, I would imagine we've probably got a bit of hill to... Oh no, it just looks like it's gone into it, doesn't it? Which is... Yeah, no, that's not bad actually. That's not bad at all. That's, yeah, where it should be. I think so. What we're going to do is we are going to, with the production silo, we're going to shift. No, the self-sufficiency. But it's not. Yes, yeah, it's not a product, is it? We need to be. Oh, so are we going to make? Are we going to, with some of this, like make some fertilizer, because it's already in there. We don't want to be like calling for it anymore. We really want to be calling for it in. No, we want to be pushing that to that. So this wants to be doing manure. Yes, I want to see. No, it's still not quite got the... I did have a bit of a go with this. Yeah, I've also got the collisions not quite right. Yeah, obviously it's not supposed to do that where it does that and you can see it under the map. I did alter it a little bit. I just wanted to do a bit of a run around. Now on calm zone when I first... Ooh. Yeah, you've still not got your... It's not quite right, but it's not too terrible. It was awful on calm zone. You could see right the way through the maps. Right, oh my life. We're climbing the stairs. Yeah, no we are. The stairs there, but they're invisible. But we plainly saw me doing it, so... Right. I must do something about that as well. It really is a wooden planter box, but yeah, I might actually just go back to the original model, or I might actually soup it up and make it look a bit prettier. Yeah, so you can see by all that hiding where I've not quite got that right. I need to pull that in a bit. Yeah, it's not quite, but it is better than it used to be. You used to like look straight through the floor and it was terrible. So yeah, let's switch everything on. Yeah, so we want slurry to activate, and we want manure activate. We haven't got any sugar beet cuts, so we want those two things, and we're going to now start to take them. Now at some point, do we have to? I think it does it selling automatically, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we'll leave that like that. We are going to produce a lot of digestate though. Yeah. Which the self-sufficiency does an awful lot of stuff with digestate. So what can we... Yeah, I did try to show digestate rather a lot of love. I knew there was one with digestate. But yeah, again, it's the fertilizer bit. I'm trying to steer clear of it because I wasn't really bad. Would I care about? It's the road salt. You say we can't make anything, but we could actually now. Yeah, I'd like to try this. It's a beautiful little thing. Yeah, this here, but there are 3 sizes. I think we'll go for the biggie because this is that kind of map, really. So the other one is this 30,000 one. Yeah, salt making. So I think we don't block that. Now we could stick that in that corner. There is a bit of room just past this that's too small for anything else. It's got a bit of a something there. Yeah, that's the most important thing. I think that's not going to be too terrible. I think we can get all the way around that. So everything we need to, I think. Fantastic. Now, we don't know what we need because I've never done it, but I thought this was brilliant. So the large salt marsh, we just need water. Right, okay, well that we can do, and we will do that right now. Yeah, I'd just like to do some interesting things. So let's grab this. Yeah, a couple of the mods I used to, well, I still have got it. But I think because the other thing is, one thing I did notice, none of my mods all worked if I had to I looked at the changes, and it says that you have to have a mod desk of 97. The Giants are making absolutely no allowances whatsoever now You don't even get like 1 or 2 out. If your mod desk isn't right, you're not gonna like your mod won't work. I don't know if it's as simple as that, but it may well be. I know I could tell when my mods were like 1 under. They didn't. I can't remember, and it may get more and more stringent. So. Yeah, that's all to do with the biogas plant, which I will have a go at, and that's why I wanted to place it. I know it's not perfect, but I'm never going to make it perfect unless we actually fix it. And that's why I want to really sort of come on here. So we want there to grab a water tap right next to it. It in the back. Yeah, there's I always get confused between the dump and the yeah, so I think if we put it in the middle, we're going to get it no matter what we do. So if we put a tap somewhere just set back a little there. I love this. It is quite an amazing thing, really. So we want mode. Then where does it go? Is it always there? So really, we shouldn't have a battle. That should fill quite quickly. I don't know that it's going to have too much. So 45,000 litres of water, which is going to produce, we shall see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how much this actually does and like what it actually means. And we are going to tell the salt. Ah, that is a point. Yeah. It's strange because obviously this is road salt and it is specific. That salt is not. Yeah, it's like salt marsh. Fine salt, 5 coarse salt, and 1 times flour of salt. So really, what we could do is, I could make a recipe to convert. We could. Well, also the other thing is, I suppose, we ought to see if it's not a bad little earner. Because if it is, we can then just buy. The whole thing of this really, though, was so that we could sort of like make it ourselves. But I suppose we could sort of. Yeah, I suppose sometimes you have to do a bit of role play, don't you, where we are actually stepping in the right direction, but we're having to do things a bit different. So let's have a look at the prices of this kind of salt. I mean, I'm not expecting it to be worth a fortune, though. Salt is, yeah, fine salt is, all my life, you were saying? Wow. This is hard economy, remember. That is stupendous. Obviously, we don't know how well we're going to do with it. But then there was other salts too, wasn't there? So, I mean, some are only going to be little. But there is, yeah, road salt, which is cheap as chips. And road salt additive. No, that's true. Is that all it needs? There was coarse salt as well. So that would be C. Coarse salt. So that isn't worth an awful lot. I mean, well, it is at the right time, but it's not like fantastic. So let's have a look. Let's break this down. So you get more, almost a 50-50 split. But I suppose when you consider it, it's growing. And I do. I think the idea of this is quite phenomenal. I do. I mean, I really... No, it is, yeah. No, salt marshes. Yeah, sort of. Like you do drag... sort of appears naturally, doesn't it? So yeah, we filmed it. That's amazing. So yeah, we're going to leave it there. We've put the BJ down. We're going to use that for our manure and slurry, and a little bit of cash with that. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't terribly expensive. We've got that, which is the main central thing that we're really trying to do, and we've also got vegetables. So we will use, probably the cannery that I've got is going to be, it's probably the best thing for vegetables, really. There's nothing, I don't think, that actually beats it, and not with the recipes I've got. They are amazing. But fair, I think. Yeah, I mean, we do pig food as an extra for the things that we don't actually do. So I think with all that we've got, the self-sufficiency to be self-sufficient, like with the herbicide and the lime and fertilizer, not trying to do it as a business, although we did go a bit mad with the liquid fertilizer, so you do like think, well, do we sell a bit? Perhaps. Yeah, that's not really. And then obviously the fine salt that we've seen is absolutely amazing. So half of that flour of salt, what does that do? That's true. I never saw what that actually does. So that's F. Flour of salt is, oh my life. Whoa. That's a little bit special. It is. That's so. I would presume that we're not producing a lot of that. No, we're not. So 1/10. That's still. We should see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this works out. It's Friday. My brain hurts. So I'm seriously not gonna. And of course, we will take it and sell it properly. So yeah, I'm really quite looking forward to seeing where this goes. We've got lots of ways to actually make cash, not in a bad way. So yeah, I'm really very, very much looking forward to seeing how this goes. To be honest, we're going to have to earn well. I mean, we need to buy big equipment. It is true. I mean, we had 2 harvesters. We're down to 1. We really do need to buy more harvesters. We also need to buy more vegetable harvesters. Even though we've got the 2, I still think we should probably set 2 standard ones similar to this, and this as well. Also, I think we'll need a forage harvester with one of those beautiful 9-meter headers for doing the. We're also going to need large trailers. I might see if I can actually get my super duper large one done sometime soon. Yeah, a bit of modelling, I think. Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna base it. Yeah, I'll sort of show you. I have shown people before this. Now, this was my very first, a very, very early attempt. I think I could actually manage to do this now. Yeah, what I did was in the Giants editor. Obviously, we all can see quite plainly that mine started off as a Flegel, and we sort of like ran with it. So we've got the normal large tray. Now, this is not price right. It will be like 47,777, but this is the normal one, and it is 47,000. Yeah, almost 48 tons. But I wanted to do a really big one. So what I tried to do was stretch it. And you can see the results of that. It didn't particularly like being stretched. It broke it, basically. But the game still sees it, because it literally is a legitimate way of doing things. Like, it's just collapsed and all bad. So the game still sees it as okay. But it's obviously not really okay. Yeah, so I'm going to make a big one. And it will replace that one that was a total disaster. And I'm going to see if I can actually, if not, I'll blender it. I will. It's as simple as that. So yeah, I'm not afraid to do that. But I would really like to do a big trailer. Yeah, a really big trailer. But it also, the other thing is, yeah, horsepower's been nerfed on tractors, so it's going to be a bit of a tough one. I might have to like do the mass thing to be like ignored, otherwise it might not work. But yeah, what I'm saying is we need to pump a lot of cash into equipment. And yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things that we might go super. I've not invented them yet, but I think I've always spoke about going from bionic to supers. This is the kind of let's play where I might need to make a super cannery due to the sheer mass and magnitude of the vegetables that we're going to get off those fields, because it's no good ignoring the fact they are big fields. That is going to bring in an awful lot, maybe more than I've ever seen from anything. And then we've got the sugar cane, which is obviously really for this, and the wheat and the canola, which is also for this. So this is 2 separate enterprises, really. And I say we may actually bring that field in, but obviously it's got stones and all sorts on it. So, or we'll buy another field like 121 or something like that. I think 162 would be a little bit too big, because we've already got an awful lot. Our harvests are going to be long, and of course I've got to do that, even if it's with Courseplay and the normal worker. So, yeah, but that's where I'm going to leave it. yeah, this has really been one of them sessions that's linear. We basically did a lot of work, and yeah, really, there's not an awful lot to say. We've not actually gone through months or anything like that where we can really. Personally, I think that we can't really do that. There's some sessions are just like that. There's no point in me doing the what did we do and like all that type of stuff, because really, is it? I'd like consistency, so I will do a little bit of a bit of a summing up. That's all. So yeah, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.